So this is kinesiotaping of the shoulder. This person would present to my clinic with impingement, rotator cuff tendonitis, or pain with flexion overhead activities. So we're going to start with the supraspinatus. We are simulating kinesiotape today. We're going to be moving from the insertion to the origin. For this, I'll have my patient be an internal rotation of the shoulder. Go ahead and place that behind your back there, Colts. And then I'll have him laterally bend his neck away. And then I'll move to that insertion and back towards the origin. A little friction and heat just applied to the tape can kind of help it adhere better.
Okay, so the second piece of tape is going to help with the deltoid. So we're going to start again at that origin. And we're just placing that first piece of tape. And then my first strip of the Y is going to do the anterior delt. So I'm going to have him move into abduction and external rotation. And I'm just going to follow that deltoid all the way to the front. And then the second piece of tape is going to be the posterior delt. So I'm going to have him move into adduction and internal rotation, or like that wounded paw position. And again, I'm just going to follow the posterior part of the delt. And again, I can do a little friction, rub that tape on to get it to stick.
Alright, and for the last piece of tape, we're going to apply a mechanical correction with downward pressure. So I'm just going to anchor my tape here, and then I'm going to tell my patient to bring up into flexion and abduction, kind of in that scaption plane, and then apply that downward pressure, apply that friction.
So a research study done by Thielen, Dover, and Stoneman comparing kinesiotape with sham taping looked at 3 primary outcome measures, including the Shoulder Pain and Disability Index, pain-free active range of motion, and pain rated on the visual analog scale, and they found that this kinesiotaping increased pain-free abduction by 19 degrees. And there was no significant difference between any of the other measures, and by day 6 after taping, there was no significant difference between groups.
Good job.